All right, housing. It's tough in America. You know that. We talk about it here quite a bit. That's why we would like to end the taxation of inflation. When your house is worth 10 times more than when you bought it, then we shouldn't have to pay taxes on it. We heard that from Gruber Norquist earlier this program. Now we're bringing in Congressman Marlin Stutzman from Indiana. He represents Indiana's 3rd Congressional District. Congressman, thank you for being here.
Hey, good morning, Steve. Great to be with you.
And just tell folks real quickly, where in Indiana is this district of yours?
Yeah, it's the best part of the state. It's up in the northeastern part of the state. Fort Wayne is the center and covers kind of that border between Michigan, Ohio, and then we've got a lot of manufacturing, a lot of agriculture. It's a solid Republican conservative state district there.
Great place. All right, so the Streamlining Rural Housing Act. What does it mean? Why is this important? You've got a lot of co-sponsors on this bill from all over the country, from Georgia and Colorado and elsewhere. Tell us about this.
Yeah, well, as you mentioned, housing, it's becoming one of the hot topics that I hear about. In fact, of all the issues that we discussed over the August work period back in the district was housing. And a lot of this comes back down just simply the interest rates, but there's also a lot of rules and regulations around lending when it comes to housing, and especially in the rural areas. It's unfortunate because, back when I bought my first house, I was around 28, 29 years old, and that was the national average, was about 28 years old on average for first-time home buyers. That number has now moved up to 38. And so what I think is one of going to be the top issues for the 26 election is going to be the housing market, because we've seen inflation, we've seen rules and regulations making it harder to actually buy a home. Banks have so many rules and hurdles that they have to get over to actually qualify an individual to purchase a home. And a lot of younger people are just deciding to rent because they can't simply afford to buy a home. And so what we're pursuing is to streamline the entire process, to make it a simpler process for especially first-time home buyers, but the home, the entire industry, to have less Washington paperwork involved, to make it easier for first-time home buyers to go into a bank, work with the lender, to be able to fulfill the American dream. And so that is our effort. It's a bipartisan effort. I sit on the Financial Services Committee, and I hear from Democrats too that talk about the difficulties that people have in their district to be able to buy a home, and that's what we're trying to do, is cut the red tape.
So if you can cut the red tape and allow this to happen, how many people do you hope to move? I mean, obviously, look, I'm in Michigan, you're in Indiana. We got a lot of back roads and quiet places that need people. The small town I live in, the school district here needs more people in the seats of the schools. A lot of places facing that challenge. And without more houses, well, the schools struggle as well, don't they?
Absolutely. And you're talking about the issue that really is close to my heart, because, I grew up in a small town called Howe. There's about 600 people that live in that little town. I love it. We got a couple of nice little restaurants there, great people, hardworking people. But let me give you a quick example. I was visiting Jay County, which is south of Fort Wayne. And the school district there, I was talking to the superintendent, and back in the 80s, when manufacturing was really strong in the Midwest, the school was built for 6,000 students. Well, today, because of NAFTA, because of consolidation in agriculture, jobs have left that area, and they only have about 3,300 students. So our rural areas are really seeing a decline in population because the jobs aren't there. And some things have changed. People are able to work remotely. I think there's a little bit of a move back to the rural areas,
to the sticks,
suburban areas. Yeah. And but it's a great place to live and raise a family.
It is.
My boys, I've got 2 boys. They absolutely love being at the farm and growing up there, because they get out and stretch their legs.
Absolutely. One of the other things that you mentioned here in the press release, I think it's important to focus on, rising construction costs. That's one thing, okay, but there's a rising construction cost because there's labor shortages, and there's a labor shortage for carpenters, electricians, plumbers, all of these trades, because we told everybody for 2 or 3 generations, go to college, son, go to college, young lady. No, we need people that can do things like use a hammer, put in a toilet, wire a house. We need trades. That's a big part of the pressure, isn't it?
Oh, it is. I mean, I remember in high school there was a trades class, and I grew up on the farm, so I was being taught how to change the oil in a tractor and a pickup truck out on the farm, how to weld, how to build a.
And we need welders too. Yeah, a lot of those. Go on.
We do, and the emphasis has become on, all of them. They're good jobs. We need people that can go into software and coding and all of those pieces, but we need people that are able to build the cars, to be able to build the houses, to be able to weld and to do the maintenance on automobiles. We need those jobs as well, and it's not necessarily that they can't be taught. It's just that we don't put an emphasis on it. There's too much emphasis on other pieces, and people are, young guys especially, are getting a 4-year degree, and then they get out of college and they go out to the workplace, and they're like, well, this is not what I was, trained for, but that's not, I'm only going to get paid
Let me
this much.
guarantee you this. They told people for years, hey, go learn to code, go learn to be a computer programmer. Those folks are in trouble because AI is going to bounce them out. AI is not going to bounce out a truck driver or a carpenter or an electrician or a plumber or a person putting a roof on your house. Congressman, I wish I had some more time. You come back anytime because you are on it. These are important things. I got a good friend that lives in Bluffton. That might be in your district, a little south of you there.
It is. You bet.
Great place. Great deer hunting there. Love that spot, by the way. Congressman, thank you for being here. Marlin Stutzman, Indiana 3. You come back anytime. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you.
There you have it. He's on it, man. He is on it. All right? These are things we have to talk about beyond the distractions, all right? We'll take a break and be back. It's the Steve Gruber Show.